vibe coding this, vibe coding that. You hear the term vibe coding just thrown around everywhere right now, and there's a reason for that. It's genuinely impressive with what it can do. It can build apps, it can build websites, and even full games. But here's what most videos out there, this is what they miss. They show you the exciting parts. You type in a prompt, you watch something just appear out of nowhere, and then what do? They stop. They never show you what it actually takes to make that thing real, to make it work the way an actual app, a store, or a game needs to work. And that's exactly why I'm calling this the ultimate beginner's guide, because it's the one that doesn't stop right there. I'm going to be giving you a complete vibe coding guide for beginners. I'll show you all of it: a website, an app with real user logins, an online store that takes payments, and even a game. And I'm going to show it all step by step with the tips and tricks that actually makes each one work. Now, if you want to follow along, then all you have to do is sign up for Replit using the link in the description below. And also, all of the prompts, all the workflows, all of it is inside our free school community. That link is also down in the description below. But right now, let us get into it. Now, it's pretty basic. You type in your idea and then the AI builds it. Now, that's where most tutorials usually stop. But here's what they all skip, okay? Website, mobile, design, spreadsheet, slide, documents, animation, data visualization, 3D games. And that's not even all of them. Replit isn't an app builder. It's all of those, and the engine behind it is Agent 4, Replit's most capable agent yet. Now, you are directing something that plans the build, it writes the code, it hosts it, and then it hands you a live link, all in one browser tab. So, what you need to do is you need to sign up for Replit using the link in the description below. Now, once you do, then you need to understand the basics of Replit, okay? First, the plan toggle. So when it's on, Replit maps out the entire build, the architecture, the structure, the database. Now, before writing a line of code, it does all of that. Now, then what you need to do is you need to review it, you approve it, and then it starts building. Now, turn this on every single time, okay? Then next we have agent mode. Now you get 3 different kinds. You get light, economy, and power. Stay on economy because it's the cost optimized version with a good balance of speed and quality. Okay, and then you have app testing is on by default, and the agent basically just tests your apps as it builds. Now make sure to leave that on. Now high effort is off, and I personally just leave it there. And then lastly is the plus menu, where you can simply upload a file, you can attach a Figma design, or you can use a skill. And guys, a skill is basically just a global instruction that you save once in order to teach your agent how you like things done. Okay, and then it's basically applied across all or every single project. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into the build, okay? So for build number 1, we are going to be doing a real website for a coffee roaster, and we're going to be calling it Ember and Oak. Now, website from the picker, you plan on, and then you're going to select economy. And now it's time for the prompt, and watch how I write it specifically because this is super important. Now, I'm telling it who we are, what we sell, and what the site needs to do. Okay, so it's Ember and Oak, 3 single agent coffees, homepage menu, about, contact, premium, and warm. And notice specifically that I'm not saying give me a nav bar with 5 links. I'm actually describing a business, not just listing out all of the features. Now, watch this. It's not building yet, but what it's doing is it's planning. It's giving the page structure, the components, the colors, the fonts, all of it before it builds anything. Now, this is the moment to redirect if something is just a little bit off. Now, for me personally, this looks right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approve it. And now it starts to build. So the checkpoints appear as it goes, each one a saved snapshot. And there, it's now done. But before I show you the site, this is Canvas, okay? It's the strongest visual feature in Replit. Instead of taking whatever design the agent just produced for you, it generates multiple directions side by side so that you can pick the one that you really want. And here you can see there's 3 different looks. It's the same content, the same structure. It's dark minimal, clean premium, light editorial, open, it's airy, there's bold typography, and it looks pretty confident. But now I'm going with the dark minimal for a specialty coffee brand, and that design is now live in the build. Okay, now just one quick thing while we are still here. Do you see this contact form? Settings, integrations. Now, Gmail's already active, okay? So this is workplace level. Connected once, and every project that you build from here has access to it. Discord, Dropbox, GitHub, Google Calendar, Docs, Drive, Sheets, all of it is here. Okay, so one connection, and then you have access to every project. Now we're going back to the build. Okay, so I just want to make one tweak. Okay, I want a bigger headline, and I want grain on the background, and then I'm going to send that one through, and that's basically iteration. So you are never ever locked into the first output. Okay, now as you can see, there's a real browser tab, there's a home page, a menu with all the different kinds of coffee, there's tasting notes, prices, the about and contact, and this is now live. Okay, so hitting publish right now, and there it is. There's Ember and Oak. Now it's live on the internet right now, so anyone with that link can actually open it in just a few minutes. Now that is build one. Okay, a real business on the internet, and just one prompt, and that's all it took. Now we are going on to build number 2. Okay, so it's the same 3 steps as when we were building the website, but a completely different thing this time around. Okay, we are actually going to be building an app, and this is where I'll show you the part that most tutorials skip. So there's real users, real logins, and data that actually sticks around. Now we are building a workload logger. So people sign up, they log their sets and reps, and they come back to their own history on their own account. Okay, now let me set all of this up. So I'll turn plan on, and then I'm going to keep it on economy, and then I'm going to write in the prompt. So users can create an account, and then they can log in. They can add exercises or login sets with weight and reps. They can see their own history over time, and it should work on mobile as well. Now, one quick tip before I send it, and it's the biggest mistake that a lot of beginners make with real apps: add a line that says each user should only see their own data. Skip it, and everyone who signs up can see everyone else's stuff. So I'm adding it right here, and now the agent builds that separation in from the very start, which is so important. Cool, so now that we got that, let me send it off, okay, and let it do all of its planning. And here is what it came up with. Just take a look at this. It's already laying out a database and user authentication, and this is what turns a nice looking screen into a real app. And I didn't have to know any of it works. I just had to describe what I wanted, and it literally gave it to me. Now, for me, this looks right, so what I'll do is I'll approve it, and then I'll let it build, and in just a few moments, now it's done. So let me open it in a real browser tab, and then I'll create an account, and I'll log in a few sets. Okay, so now I'm signed up. The exercises are now added. Okay, the set logged, and there's my history. Okay, now watch this. I'm opening a second account. Okay, so it's going to be a fresh sign up, brand new user, and just take a look. Okay, there, it's empty. So there's none of my workouts, their own separate history. It's all walled off from mine, and that's the difference between a real app and just a demo. Okay, so as you could see, this took the same 3 steps as the website, but it was a different prompt, and now I got a completely different product. So that's build 1 and 2 out of the way. Now let's get on to build number 3. And this is the one that really surprises people. So we are not going to be building a website this time. We are actually going to be building a store that actually takes payments. Now that's something that a lot of us really need. Now this is where Replit goes past just make me an app, and it actually starts going into the realm of make me a business. Now, it connects straight to Shopify, which is awesome. So the thing that we build can actually take real orders. So now we're going to go plan on, and then we're going to leave it in economy. And the idea is an online store for Ember and Oaks, selling those 3 coffees with product pages, a cart, and also a checkout. Now, the agent designs the whole storefront, the products, the layouts, the branding. Then it hands it over to me to connect a Shopify account, and that's the part that turns on the real payments, okay? So now it's connected, And now we're going to go back to Replit, and then it finishes the cart and checkout. Now, as you can see, that's a reel tab, product pages, add to cart, checkout, and that's basically a real storefront. Now, that is not a mock-up, and it's a storefront that can actually take an actual real order. And we got all of that just from using one prompt. Now, that's the shift that most people haven't caught up to quite yet. Replit isn't just where you build the apps. It's where you build the thing that actually makes you money. You can literally start a business today using this. Now, we are going to go on to build number 4. And this is the closer, and I'll keep the setup super quick because the whole point of this is what you're actually about to see. We are going to be doing a 3D game from the picker, so we are going to have plan on. We're going to leave it in economy once again, and the prompt is an endless runner. The character runs forward on their own, obstacles come at them, you jump to dodge, and the score climbs the longer you survive. Okay, fast and super clean. And okay, now we're going to do plan, and then we're going to do approve. Okay, and then we're going to do build. Okay, super simple, super quick. Now, that already looks great, but let me show you how easy it is to take this even further, okay? I'm going to prompt it one more time to add a second player on the same keyboard. So, 2 players can play side by side. That's going to make the game even better. 1 on the arrow keys and 1 on the WASD. Okay, and there you can see it. There it is. Now, it's 2 players. Same screen from 1 more sentence. That's all I had to add in. And a year ago, this was a game developer, a 3D engine, and weeks, if not months of work. Now, this was just 2 prompts, and I have it sitting right in front of me. Site, app, store, game, all of it, same box. Now, before we go, there's 4 rules that we need to discuss, okay? So write these down. These are vibe coding lifesavers. So number 1, plan on, okay? Make sure it's on there every time. It maps the build before it codes. Now, if you skip it, you're basically just building everything blind, and that's not what you want. Now, number 2, stay on economy. As you can see throughout the video, we did not falter away from economy. So, economy is right for almost everything starting out. Move to power or high effort when you really have a reason to do so, but if not, then just stay on economy. Number 3, test in a real browser tab. So the tab is what your users see, so you want to make sure that what they are seeing is the way that you want it. And number 4, the follow-up prompts are how you iterate. The first output is basically a starting point, okay? Never think of it as the finish line. You are never actually stuck because you have the option to iterate. And here's basically what's next, okay? So you just watched an app take real payments, and that's the direction that this is heading. Subscriptions, payment systems, full products that you can run as a business. Now that is actually the next video, okay? And if you're already using Claude, then Replit is now a connector inside Claude, which means you can start a build from a Claude conversation, and then Replit actually picks it up. So if this means anything to you, then you already know why. Now that was 4 builds, 1 box, and it was 0 coding whatsoever. And that's just the beginning. Every prompt that I use today is inside our free school community. The link is down in the description below. Go and grab them, open up Replit, and then build something today. Don't leave this till tomorrow, start today. Now, if this helped you, then give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications so that you never miss another upload. We are dropping so many videos, and you are going to want to see what we have coming up. So, it's been a whole lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.